What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Over the Octagon. This past Saturday, the UFC had their first ever event in Saudi Arabia, headlined by Robert Whittaker and Ikram Alaskarov. Our boy Bobby Knuckles pulled it out. We can't be more thrilled for him. We're going to talk about that and this upcoming pay-per-view this Saturday, UFC 303, with Jiri Procházka and Alex Poatan Pereira. This card from top to bottom gets pretty stacked, so make sure you check it out this Saturday. Listen to our takes on every fight throughout the prelims, the early prelims, and the main card. If you're not already, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like the video, hit the thumbs up, make sure you ring the bell so you never miss another one. See ya. Peace.
Hey, pussy, are you still there?
I actually admire that you can actually be this fake. And like when the TV comes on, how you can just change. You're the scum of the earth.
You don't doubt me, I couldn't do it. The odds that I couldn't do it. Look at me now. Headshot, dead. That's it.
What it do, my boo?
What's up, baby boy?
Man, dude, you already know what it is. We're back again with another episode of Over the Octagon podcast. If you don't know, now you know. So make sure before the end of the video, like, subscribe, comment. You already know the vibes. Murky, what's up, dog? Hell of a Saudi Arabia fight night last night. Well, really not last night for us. More like
yesterday afternoon. I'm a big fan, actually. I didn't used to be, but maybe now in my old age, I'm becoming a big fan of the 3 p.m. main card start.
Yeah, it was nice if I didn't have shit going on. Like, I wish, like, I had a bunch of shit going on, but, you know, I found ways. I had, you know, my phone, you know, Hulu app.
We make it happen.
We made it happen, especially for the main card. Prelims were a little bit backed up because it was right at 12 o'clock for us. So,
Yep.
But overall, though, I mean, prelims, you watched most of the prelims. Out of all of those fights, I feel like there was a couple of them that were really, really good. And then, you know, there were some all right ones, nothing too wild.
Yeah, I mean, majority all decisions. There was one finish on the prelims. Every other fight was a decision. That finish from Felipe Lima over Muhammad Naimov. Felipe Lima took this fight on super short notice. It was his UFC debut. So I'm just going to say now, for people listening to this, keep that name, Felipe Lima, fighting at featherweight, 145 pounds. Keep that name fresh in your mind, because that boy is good.
Was he an underdog too?
Good. It was even odds.
It was
even odds, but he took it on super short notice, like less than 2 weeks.
Wow. Sounds like a lot of that's going on here recently in the UFC, doesn't it?
Yeah, but apparently he was set to defend a belt that he holds in a regional promotion somewhere else in the beginning of July, so he was like already in fight camp. So not a bad
call.
Yeah, not bad, I guess, for him to take it on short notice in that situation. But I mean, dude, great fight. His speed, he's so fast. His speed and his striking was awesome. He's great on the feet, and then when it got to the ground, you could just tell that he was like steps ahead. He was levels above, and he ended up, I believe, getting the finish with a rear naked choke in the third round. So shout out to him. I mean, you had some really good fights on.
I feel like Dobby and Renault was pretty damn good. That was a scrap, dude, all the way down to the end.
It was
decisions on the prelims too.
Right, all decisions, all close decisions. I think, Nicholas Dalby. I'm not even going to attempt to say this guy's last name. Renat.
That's why you have me, dude. Fakhretdinov.
Fuck right off, dude, is what his last name.
Yeah.
So Nicholas Dalby loses the split decision to fuck right off, and I mean, I think he lost. I think it was it was a split decision, but I had him losing that fight.
Agreed.
But he's a dog. Same thing with the Jared Gordon fight, right?
Yep.
Jared Gordon, Nasrat Haqparast. Jared Gordon loses a split decision. Obviously, you know, being the American and us, you know, being in the region of MMA Twitter we're on, I saw a lot of people that like had Jared Gordon winning. I didn't. I give Jared Gordon hella props. He's a fucking dog for that fight. But I just, there was way too many failed takedowns.
Yeah.
I felt like Haqparast on the feet, his striking was way more effective. Like they may have been fairly evenly matched by the numbers, but just damage-wise, you could tell when Haqparast hit Gordon more than you could tell when Gordon hit Haqparast, if that makes sense.
I mean, it was very close.
It was. Split. I think it was a good split decision. Yeah.
And there were people talking like he got robbed. I mean, I saw that on Twitter, but it's Twitter when somebody.
Yeah. Well, MMA Twitter judges never make mistakes.
Nope, they don't.
They're always right. And then, we said it before we started the episode here, but the one true to be fact is that Jared Gordon got robbed when he did, in fact, beat Paddy Pimblett.
Sure.
And I think that's just like stuck in everybody's minds that now Jared Gordon just gets robbed. Like
every time.
Yeah, if he loses the decision, it's a robbery. He's getting robbed.
That's like the Chris Curtis effect. I feel like he's the same way.
He is. Yeah, he does get robbed too, though. I feel like a good amount. But
I agree.
Is what it is. I mean, some of these other prelim fights, man, like some of these guys I didn't know much about. I'm glad that I got to watch pretty much all this. They also had the Road to the UFC final.
Yeah.
As the first fight, it was a bantamweight, which is their show that's out of Asia. So you had a guy fighting out of China and a guy fighting out of South Korea. I'm going to have to start paying attention to the Road to the UFC because this was another really controversial decision, in my opinion, too, because I had it the other way. I had Zhao Long winning for sure, and they gave it to Chang Ho Lee. So congrats to Chang Ho Lee. I believe he is now officially has a UFC contract at bantamweight, so good for him.
Hell yeah. And then,
but we'll have to look out for that show a little bit more too.
I don't think I've ever watched Road to the UFC, but
me neither.
No, I don't know.
Me neither. I know it's on Fight Pass.
Yeah.
Like I've seen some stuff about it. This is only the second season, so it's still relatively new.
Yeah, I don't think I watched any of the first season.
We'll have to pay attention to that a little bit. But I mean, as far as the prelims, man. Good, a lot of decisions. That's the majority of the prelims, and then because then really, aside, there was 2 decisions, I guess, but then the main card was all knockouts.
Yeah, all knockouts. Good ones too.
Yeah, very good.
Really good ones. Johnny Walker, the textbook animated knockout by him when he gets knocked out, it's the funniest fucking knockouts ever. Yeah.
It's just because he's so big.
He's so hit or miss, dude. He's so hit or miss.
Yeah, I picked this fight wrong for sure.
I did too.
I had a good feeling about Johnny Walker, and then it's interesting because yesterday, watching the prelims and then going into that main card, I had a thought. I was like, dude, he's going to get knocked out. Like, I think he's going to get fucking knocked out. But I didn't change my pick. On our Verdict MMA League, I didn't change my pick, and he goes out in the first round and just gets literally put to sleep. He got knocked.
Way possible.
Yeah, he got knocked down pretty bad, and then Özdemir followed it with an uppercut when he was on the ground that, put him unconscious for a few minutes. So pretty brutal there. I
hate it for his career because he had so much going. And then it went straight back down.
He's just like, it's so, I don't know, man. Like, even watching that fight yesterday, I don't know enough about him, like, day to day to speak on, but, like, from a fan's perspective, just, like, from the eye test, like, he didn't look locked in at all.
Yeah.
Like, he just looked like, kind of lazy, like, I'm here.
He plays too damn much.
Yeah, and then, you have a guy that has as much power as Özdemir does. I mean, you can't play those games, man. You see how I mean, I'm jumping around mentioning this, but you saw how Volkov treated his fight with Pavlovich,
Yeah.
right? That's how Johnny Walker should have approached his fight with Ozdemir, right? Volkov obviously knows about the power with Pavlovich.
Yeah.
But that's what you have to worry about, right? If he hits you hard with that right hand, you're going to die.
Yep.
And he's longer, which so is Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker always has a reach advantage and had a length advantage in this fight.
Yep.
So did Volkov. Volkov used that length and reach to his advantage and just touched Pavlovich up the whole fight, dude.
Yep. Yeah, and with that fight, I mean, I know we jumped a few, but with that fight in particular, I even said it yesterday. Like, I was very impressed by Volkov and how he approached that fight. And Pavlovich got kind of exposed a little bit yesterday as far as like anybody that has a length or a reach advantage on him.
Yeah.
He kind of like he didn't go in to like he didn't I'm trying to I don't know what I'm trying to say right here. I'm trying to get a word out.
Close the distance.
Yeah, there you go. All right. He wasn't closing the distance like he should have. He was trying to like catch him off of like a counter right or something stupid, which he wasn't able to even get in close enough to him. But I mean, as far as Volkov though, I actually want to see what he's got next. Because he's fairly, I mean, he's not young.
Nah, I mean, I don't think
he's
there's
been around.
Yeah, I don't think there's any, I mean, we've talked about the heavyweight division a good bit. I mean, it's kind of convoluted and clogged up right now with all this bullshit. And then you have Aspinall, Curtis Blades fighting in Manchester, right? And then, John Jones, Stipe. And so, like, for anybody, I don't know that there's really anybody outside of the people that already have fights booked that I just mentioned that have serious title, ability to claim that title or fight for a title. I don't think Volkov does either. Like Volkov got knocked out by Derek Lewis.
Yeah.
If we start doing MMA math in the heavyweight division, like it gets all fucked up. And like Pavlovich, is Pavlovich not as good as everybody thought he was? Or do you just give that, like, is he bad? Did he lose that fight by not being able to close the distance, to your point? Or is the way and the game plan that Volkov had going into that fight the reason he was unable to do that?
Dude, I ain't gonna lie, though. If you look back at his record, his last 10 fights.
Who are you talking about here?
Volkov.
Okay.
So last 10 fights, his last fight he subbed out to Ivasa.
Sure.
Fight before that, he knocked out Romanov in the first round.
Yep.
The fight before that, he knocked out Rosenstruck in the first round.
Yep.
Then he loses a first round submission to Tom Aspinall. Okay.
Yep.
Beats Ty Bora by decision. Loses to Gon by decision. 5-round decision.
See, so Gon's the only one
over him.
Yeah, so and that's not easy to do either. I mean,
exactly. So I mean, his record speaks for itself. It's not bad.
Cyril Gane has to fight somebody.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It should be him.
I guess it should be, right? Now that we're kind of looking at that, I don't understand. I guess like why we have this radio silence from Cyril Gane. Like
because he's making a movie, dog.
I don't care.
He's trying to be a French.
What movie is he making? A French porn star?
No, but imagine. No, I think he was like, I'm gonna pursue my acting career.
Then retire, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
Cares?
Whatever.
Who cares? There's only one go to the heavyweight division, and his name's Tom Aspinall.
John Jones. Oh.
I knew you were going to say John. That's why I said Tom. But anyways, let's not skip past this point here.
Okay.
Shara Magomedov is overrated.
Shara Bullet Magomedov. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, here's what I'll say. His UFC debut was underwhelming. His first fight. And he got the win in his first fight, but it was underwhelming. Now, and that was a decision win over Silva. That was back in October.
Yeah, that was October.
And
that was the Volt
really,
card.
he got exposed there with his grappling. Right? He came in this fight. His grappling is significantly improved, or he just actually trained it, whatever. I don't know.
Or he learned how to grab cage.
Well, that happened later. I mean, that was third round for sure. That could have swung the momentum of the fight, and I think it's probably the biggest talking point of the fight.
Exactly.
Because it was relatively 50-50 up until that point. Have Trocoli have gotten that takedown, would the momentum have changed?
Yep.
Yeah, probably. But that's like one of those things. Like that to me was such a bad fence grab that I think you have to reset them and put him on the ground.
Yeah,
because he was going down. Like he was
think
literally
it was
going
not
down.
Called because they were in Saudi Arabia.
No. I don't believe any of that bullshit. That's wild.
So?
No, I don't believe any of that tinfoil hat nonsense. I just think that's up to the discretion of the referee. Like we saw it earlier on this card. Jason Herzog had one also. I can't remember which fight it was. It may have been the Felipe Lima Muhammad Naimov fight. I'm not exactly sure. But he gave him the takedown and put the guy on his knees. So it's just it's like another one of those things in MMA reffing where maybe what they are supposed to do in certain situations isn't clear or not clear enough.
But it was Mark Goddard though, dude. Like
I understand.
He's one of the best ever.
He's one of the best. Well, and that's what I mean. Like if it's like you just go, oh, don't grab the cage, right? So like now we know that if you do it 2 or 3 times, they'll take a point. Yeah. Or, those kinds of things. But like, I feel like we have to be more in the habit of taking away positioning as well. Yeah. So like in that situation, that fence grab was so fucking egregious that he literally should have put him on the ground. And like, I mean, you don't have to put him in mount or in side control. I mean, put him in full guard, but put him on his back on the ground in full guard, and then go from there because you were going down. Like you were going down.
He 100% was going down.
Yeah, that's why he did it. So I mean, and then, but it was pretty obvious by the way that Char Bullet was able to get the KO TKO. I think Trocoli was pretty gassed anyway, so I'm not sure how much he had left on the ground. Like I don't know if it really would have mattered, if it would have changed the outcome, but it's obviously something to talk about. And then another thing to where like the eye pokes, like we got to do something here, right? Like you can't keep just having that was bad. They got to do something there. They should have taken the positioning away immediately.
I mean, I saw after the fight Bo Nickel tweeted, "Give me Shara,
give me Bullet,
or give me Bullet." Yeah, and called him out. That would be great. Go ahead. That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah, I mean that would be a huge test for Bo Nickel's striking abilities. Because Char Bullet's got like some crazy kickboxing. The kicks that he uses are fucking wild, and he has all of them. Yeah, like he can do anything, any kick, he's got it. And he throws it fast and hard. I think that would be a good test for Bo Nickel's striking abilities. I don't see that being a beneficial, really matchup for Bo Nickel. Yeah, because I feel like Bo Nickel's already above him. But Char Bullet definitely has some popularity. Like people like him just because of his aura. Yeah. The fucking one eye, this whole like pirate shit that he plays up.
I did see Dana though had mentioned that he can't fight in America.
Yeah, I saw something about that too. So I don't know.
They're gonna only keep him over there in the Middle East area.
Yeah, I mean that's whack. Yeah, I don't understand that.
So
you know what I mean?
Maybe he'll fight on Abu Dhabi.
I need to know why. I need to, like, if that's a fact, I need to know why. Like,
Probably
why?
visa issues, or no. I
Why?
saw what it was. It was because American officials, U.S. officials, won't allow him to clear for medical for his eye to fight in America, but over there they will.
Huh. Okay.
The sports sanction won't allow. They won't clear him to fight in the United States, but they'll clear him over there. And it's his eye thing. That's why he can't fight over here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
That makes
that's the
sense
reason.
then.
So
yeah, I mean, but whatever. I mean, if Bo Nickel wants it and is calling for it, fuck it, give it to him.
yeah, I mean, it'd be a cool fight to make.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know when they'll be back in, either Abu Dhabi, or this was obviously the first time they've been in Saudi Arabia.
They're doing 2-2 next year. 2 power slap, 2 fucking.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't want to wait that long for Bo Nickel, right? Like, you're expecting him to fight again.
Oh, he has to fight again. He may
if
fight
not
at 3-0
twice.
something.
Yeah,
He'll probably fight at 3-0. What are we at? 303 next. So he'll probably fight at like 305 or 306.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I know all these guys want to get on the Sphere, which is, I think, the 305 card, right?
It's gonna be slam packed with Mexican fighters, though.
We'll see. That's what they keep saying, but I feel like the fact that it's in the Sphere is overtaking the fact that it's Mexican Independence Day.
Yeah,
like,
but Dana White has made it very clear, though, that it's like going to be the biggest representation of the Mexican fighters in history, biggest fight in history, da da da. So, but anyways, I don't really want to say much about this. Kelvin Gastelum's a bitch, a fat ass hoe, and needs to just fucking go.
This whole thing was whack.
Cares,
I mean,
dude? And D-Rod is this fucking.
They're both washed. They're both washed. They're both washed. They should probably both be cut.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Daniel Rodriguez because it's fucking bullshit. Like, that's fucking bullshit.
It is.
That shit shouldn't have even been allowed to happen.
I agree.
But,
I mean, respect to him for this fight, taking the fight, but still.
Yeah, Kelvin Gastelum's a fucking pussy for that whole thing. And then, like, you have that huge weight advantage. Like, you go out, you have a decision. I don't know, whatever, man. Get the fuck out of here. But
I agree.
Yeah, Sergey Pavlovich, Volkov, we talked about that already. Then your main event, Robert Whittaker knocks out Ikram Alaskarov in the first fucking round.
Give him Sean Strickland for the #1 contender right now. Let's go.
Yeah,
305 Perth, Sean Strickland versus fucking Robert Whittaker.
Well, it sounds like they're going to give Whittaker, or at least at the very minimum, make Whittaker the backup fighter.
Which is fair.
For Islam and Dricus du Plessis. Yeah, he's on a heater, man. He deserves it. He definitely did not look like himself when he lost to Dricus du Plessis.
No, he didn't.
It made Dricus look better than he is, I think. Yeah, I think he's way better than them.
Imagine a situation where Robert Whittaker say Izzy beats him, then we get Izzy Whittaker 2, and then Whittaker wins and goes out.
Did they only fight one time?
I think it was
Izzy and Whittaker?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so I mean, I think he deserves it. Like, I don't, yeah, I think he fucking deserves it.
Be fucking awesome. That'd be what it is. I like Robert Whittaker. I always have. I didn't even want to see him fight yesterday because I really thought there was a chance he could have lost. No, he's fought Izzy twice. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he lost Izzy twice.
Yeah.
So I mean, but he's also beaten everybody, man.
I know.
Beat Yoel Romero twice. He beat
he beat Prime
Darren Till. He beat Jared Cannonier. He beat Gastelum. He beat Vittori.
Yep.
He beat Costa.
Now he's beating Ikram, who was
now
supposed to be the new up-and-coming boogeyman.
Right. So you had Alaskarov. But, I mean, we've seen this a million times, right? Like, unmatched, bro.
Yeah.
Like, Ikram is not even ranked.
Yep.
He wasn't even ranked. There's levels, dude. There's levels. I don't care. Like, you can't just... I don't care the amount of hype you have behind your name. Very rarely, if ever, do we see somebody who's unranked in the position Ikram Alaskarov was and come in here and beat the number 3 ranked middleweight in the world and like one of the best to ever do it at middleweight and Robert Whitaker. I mean, it just doesn't fucking happen.
I loved it.
So, yeah, it was awesome. We're so back. The boys are so fucking back.
So back.
The boogeyman did his thing.
The Oogie Boogie Man, son. But all right, man. Well, fuck it. We could spend all day talking about how awesome it was to see Whitaker beat a Russian. And here we are with the next event of the fucking week. But before we do that, we're going to take a slight break to say something about our sponsors.
What's up, everybody? We just wanted to take this moment to tell you about a company that we just started working with, Mayhem on the Mat. Mayhem on the Mat isn't just about crafting jiu-jitsu apparel. It's about a deeper connection to a discipline that teaches us to grapple life's toughest opponents, the mental health battles we face every day. You can go to their website now, get anything, use code Over The Octagon for 15% off. Appreciate you. Check it out.
All right, motherfuckers, we're back. UFC 303 this coming Saturday. Alex Pereira versus Jiri Procházka 2. This wasn't even the fucking fight to begin with. This was supposed to be the return of the Mac, but that shit's whack. He ain't back. Michael Chandler sitting on the couch smoking crack, and now we have fucking Alex Pereira and Jiri Procházka too, which is better. Let's be real here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happier with it. I mean, I'd love to see Conor McGregor come back. It's gonna be epic, but I mean, as far as like levels to the fight game and like where people are in their career, I mean, Alex Pereira is a 2-division champion and the current light heavyweight champion. He's fighting the number 1 contender. Both exciting guys, both guys that the fans love and adore. Yeah, perfect replacement. I can't wait. And then, you know, like, I know they talked a lot of shit about, you know, Jamal Hill. And, you know, he was supposed to fight that kind of, you know, blah, 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 all the shit. Like, that fight got all fucking
jambled.
Yeah, well, that fight got switched like 7 different times, it felt like, which Anthony Smith is still on the card.
And he's not even fighting. No. He's fighting Roman Dolidze now. Like,
it's a completely new fight. It's a completely new fight, yeah. But your co-main event, which I might be more excited about than the main event, I hate to admit, but Brian Ortega, Diego Lopes.
It's gonna be fire.
Yeah, I don't know. I think on the ground they're evenly matched.
They're damn sure close.
I think striking wise, Diego Lopes is going to be better.
We'll see.
Rankings tell a lot, and Diego Lopes being 14, Ortega obviously 3, and just beat Yair Rodriguez.
It's a big jump.
Yeah, it is. But I think if anybody has the skills to be able to do something like that, it is Diego. I know I just got done saying how rare it never happens, you know, when we were talking about Alaskarov, but Diego Lopes is not Alaskarov. Diego Lopes is a fucking man.
I know. Or is it that we just like Diego Lopes so much that
because he's fucking good, dude. That's why,
good.
Though. He's fucking so incredibly good everywhere.
I mean, if he wins here, it's going to be massive.
He's in the conversation.
Yeah.
Arguably, Ortega should be in the title conversation.
Yep.
He's really a step away, probably.
Yep.
But like you eliminated a previous interim champion and number 1 contender in Yair Rodriguez. You have guys ahead of you like Volk and Max Holloway, and then obviously Topuria is the champion. But like Ortega with the win over Yair kind of put himself up in that level of, you know, Volk and Max. They're obviously still ahead of him, but I mean, he's there. So Diego Lopes with a win over Ortega, I don't think he jumps, you know, necessarily into a title conversation. I think there's too much there. Like there's the Volk rematch, there's Max Holloway, there's so much for the featherweight division that needs to happen. And
the featherweight division is kind of tight right now too. It's kind of, I mean, the top 10 is pretty tight.
Yeah, featherweight is great, man. Featherweight
So,
is super back and very good, and you have guys like Aljamain Sterling that
yep,
are
making
going to
their
be a
way
fucking
in.
problem in the featherweight division, whether people
Yep.
want to admit it or not. So I mean, maybe that's the next fight for if Diego Lopes is able to beat Ortega. Maybe you do Aljamain and Diego Lopes.
Yeah, is either going to be that or what's his name? The guy who I'm trying to think. The guy who fucking he fought before and lost to.
Oh, Masfar Ivalov.
Yeah, Movsvar. That could be
Yeah,
a that could
that
be a
would be
conversation.
yeah, that one he
Fight
needs
right
to get.
there.
Yeah, he needs to get that one back because that was fucking bullshit, and he took that on short notice. And Mopsar is a crotch sniffing rat anyway. Just whack as shit. So yeah, I'm obviously I love Diego Lopes. I like the way he fights. He's a killer. This is a phenomenal co-main event. I mean, this is
Yeah.
one of the best co-mains. I'm so here for this. I love it. Everything about it. And then, we talked to Anthony Smith, Roman Delice. I promise you, dude, I don't give a single shit about this at all.
No,
I really don't.
there's no like if whoever wins this fight, nobody gives a shit.
Nobody fucking cares, dude. It's like this is just so irrelevant to anything. I don't fucking care.
I did want to track back and ask one question about the main event though.
Yep. Yeah.
With Alex versus Jiri, what's the likely scenario that we see Pereira win, and then we see him move up and fight for the heavyweight title after this? What do you feel is the likelihood? Like if John Jones and Stipe fight, they both retire. Tom Aspinall or Curtis Blades becomes the heavyweight champion of the world, and it just so happens to be Tom Aspinall. And if Alex beats Jiri, that's 3 title defenses at light heavyweight.
Well,
does he move up to heavyweight and try to fight Tom Aspinall?
So here's what happens. As soon as John and Stipe fight, Tom's not a champion anymore. Like, Tom is really not a champion right now. Even though we want to say he is, he's really not. And because as soon as John and Stipe fight, there's no interim champion. Whoever wins that fight is the undisputed heavyweight champion. Then, okay, if John beats Stipe, I don't know what happens. Does John retire? Whatever. That's going to be that's going to be another year of fucking nonsense. But in the meantime, you have Curtis Blades, Tom Aspinall already fighting in Manchester. They're going to fight before John Jones does.
Yeah,
so that's going to be
for
over.
The interim title, though, right?
There's not going to be an interim title, brother. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah,
That's a fake title. It doesn't exist.
And he relinquishes the belt. It wouldn't go to the interim.
No,
champ?
It doesn't. There won't be an interim champ as soon as John Jones and Stipe fight. There's no longer an interim champ.
That makes sense.
Like the whole interim champ thing is such fucking bullshit right now. Anyway, it's fraudulent.
So why even do it?
We've been saying that for a year, motherfucker. I don't know, because they're fucking retarded. Like the whole thing is so stupid. It makes no sense.
Yeah, that's
but
dumb.
I don't know if it's for the interim. It's really for a number one contender. That's what it's for. It's a number one contender fight. That they're trying to respect the fact that John Jones is the greatest of all time. If it was anybody else, they stripped the belt.
100%.
I believe that. If it was anybody else, they strip him of the belt, and then they make Aspinall, they make whoever, whatever that fight is, Aspinall Blades. That's a title fight, and maybe then
should be
that's an interim title fight. But then when Jones comes back. Like, you don't have guys like, oh, no, I'm not going to fight the interim champion. I'm going to fight the 40-year-old Stipe who has, like, the fuck are we talking about? If it wasn't John Jones, we wouldn't, it would be completely played out totally different.
Anyways, to answer my question, do you think he steps up and fights for the heavyweight belt after he wins against Jiri?
I mean, I'd like to see it, but I just don't think. I don't know. I don't think it happens.
think about it like this. Okay,
not for a belt. I don't think it happens because you're not going to have a champion for. You're not going to have an.
Yeah, so make it the fight for the belt. John and Stipe retired, then you have an open weight division.
All right,
then
so
they make Alex versus Tom for the belt.
Okay, so here's the problem. When are John and Stipe fighting?
It has to be in November.
Has it been announced?
No, but
so we don't even know. Stop. We don't even know when John and Stipe are fighting. Hadn't even been announced. We don't even know if they're gonna fucking fight. Like, shit.
If they don't fight this year, it's bullshit.
It's unknown. Okay, so they're gonna fight at the end of the year. So there's all of 2024 gone, right?
Yeah.
Then you're going to have John Jones doing some like, oh, should I fight fucking Aspinall or should I fight Pereira? Or should I retire? Or I'm done. Oh, I'm not done. I'm the fucking, like, the heavyweight division is so fucked. It's so fucked.
We'll see.
They screwed this whole thing up.
If they announce it and then shit happens, we'll see. But
they're going to have to fight first. They have to fight first, and then, then you have to decide. But so to answer your question, I would like to see Pereira go to be a 3-division champion. Fuck yeah. I think he's got the buzz to do it. People want him to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like there's just not like a realistic spot for that shit to happen that's clear right now.
Sure.
There's too much moving parts and things that have to happen beforehand for that. I mean, but anyway, let's move on. We have I'm not going to let you goat me into talking about this fucking women's bantamweight fight.
Women's MMA, dog.
No, I don't care. It shouldn't even be on the main card. It shouldn't even be on the main card. Joe Pyfer and Marc-Andre Barriault should be on the main card over this. This is fucking whack.
Nah,
but
bro,
whatever.
You gotta have
Ian Gary, MVP. What's your pick there?
I think Ian Gary's going to beat his ass, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know if he beats his ass, but I do think here's the only thing. Ian Gary's hittable. We've seen Ian Gary been obviously not finished, but we've seen Ian Gary been wobbled before. MVP is just so fucking weird. You know
he
what
is,
I mean?
But Ian Gary is kind of weird too.
Nah, Ian Gary's technical. Ian Gary's striking is not weird. MVP is like the most unorthodox shit MMA has ever seen.
Yeah, but I feel like that is going to open him up for someone like Ian Gary.
Yeah,
who is so technical to piece his ass
crack
up.
Him. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I
feel like this is another scenario too, where it's like there's levels to this shit. Like MVP was great in Bellator, great coming over here and fighting Kevin Holland, but now you are fighting a guy who potentially could be fighting for the UFC title within the next two fights. Yeah, and he is that good, So
I agree. I think
Kevin Holland is not Ian Gary.
Yeah, I think Ian Gary wins. I think he wins probably by decision. I don't see him getting a knockout just by the way they both fight and the way MVP moves. But I do think Ian Gary's going to crack him enough to where Ian Gary's going to win.
Yeah.
Unless MVP fucking hits him with some weird ass shit, dude. And it's so possible.
Yeah, but I mean, even then, like I feel like if Jeff Neal couldn't knock out Ian Gary, like I don't think MVP's going to knock out
It's
Ian
not
Gary.
because of power. It's not because of lack of power. Jeff Neal couldn't do it because he couldn't hit him enough.
I know.
My MVP is so unorthodox that he's going to throw some wild shit that no one on the planet is expecting. Same thing, he hit Kevin Holland with a spinning back elbow.
Mm-hmm.
We'll
see. I mean, I think Ian Gary's the better fighter for sure.
Yeah, I think Ian Gary wins. I think he wins by decision. All I'm saying is I think there's a chance, and not a super slim chance, but like maybe a 10% chance that MVP fucking hits him with some slick shit. That
would also be very bad for Ian Gary's career.
Oh, it'd be awesome though.
It'd
be fucking awesome. Joe Pyfer, Marc-Andre Barriault. see Pfeiffer on
Need
the
a
comeback.
redemption fight for him. Needs
Yep.
it.
After losing to Jack Hermanson. I think it's a great fight for him, dude.
Yeah.
I think it's a good fight for him.
Get his feet
Burial
wet
just
again.
fought Chris Curtis and lost.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he's right there on the cusp of the top 15. They both kind of are. So I think this is a great matchup. I like Pfeiffer. I think Pfeiffer is going to get it done. I think after losing to Jack Hermanson, he's going to come back with something to prove.
Yeah, I agree. Cup Swanson, Andre Fili, that's a fun fight.
Yep. I was going to
like
say,
that.
I don't know that we have to go through them all to comb through the whole card. But, yeah, Andre Fili, Cup Swanson, it is a fun fight, dude. And Andre Fili, same thing, looking for a little comeback.
Yep. Always fun to get to see Peyton Talbot.
I was going to make sure we touched on that.
Yeah.
Anybody that's listening still up to this point, man, if you're looking for a fighter to plug into your brain and hold on to and look out for, Peyton Talbot is definitely one of those names at bantamweight at 135 pounds. He's also a minus 1,600 favorite.
Yeah.
In this fight. So, yeah, this is going to be a good one to watch.
Yeah.
Maybe not, I guess they're not expecting it to be super competitive, but
he's a beast, dude.
He's so good. Yeah, he's so good everywhere. Women's fight, Michelle Waterson-Gomez, Jillian Robertson. I don't care.
Yay, who cares?
Here's what I do like. I do like the first fight of the night.
Oh, yeah, Ricky Simon,
Vinicius Oliveira. So Oliveira is the guy that just knocked out the kid Sopage with a flying knee, I think back in March. And that was a dog fight up until that point, and he kicked the legs off of Sopage so bad.
Yep.
He couldn't stand right, and then he hit him with another leg kick, spun him around. He bounced off the cage. When he bounced off the cage, he
ran in with a flying
knee and knocked him the fuck out.
Yeah.
Oliveira, that is super exciting. Did the same thing on Dana White's Contender Series. But Ricky Simon is not Sopage.
No.
He's been around for a minute.
Yep.
Ricky Simon's a minus 225 favorite. So
we'll see.
Yeah, that's just an interesting one to me. Like, how good is Oliveira? He's either going to get like halted, or he's going to win and do the same thing, and you're going to go, fuck, this kid's really that good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, this is one of those moments for him.
We'll see.
But overall,
definitely
dude,
a big jump for him.
That's your first fight of the night. Andrei Arlovsky back on the prelims.
Still kicking it, bro.
Yup. The Peyton Talbot, Charles Jourdain, Cub Swanson, Andre Fili, Joe Pfeiffer. Those are your prelims. This isn't going to be a card that I don't think you're going to want to, miss a lot of. There's going to be a lot of highlight moments all the way through. And then your main card starts off with Ian Gary, Michael Venom Page, which that's a must-see.
Yep.
In my opinion.
I agree.
For both of them. Both of them super exciting.
But I ain't got much more, man. I know we got a couple of things cooking behind the scenes. We got a lot of stuff coming out. So if you're still, living the dream with us, keep on following us. We got a lot of stuff going. Make sure you check out those sponsor links in the bio. Make sure you like and subscribe to every video just to keep track of everything. And then, obviously we're going to be coming up soon on all of these major announcements for fights for the next 4 months.
Yeah, the end of the year.
Yep. We got a lot going on, and they're going to have to start announcing stuff soon. So we should find out stuff for October, November, December, probably within the next 2-3 months.
Yep.
And then, but yeah, man, that's all I got. You got anything else?
Nah, man, I'm ready for this Saturday, UFC 303, Alex Pereira, Jiri Procházka 2. Gonna be a fucking banger, baby.
Yep. Catch us on the live. We'll probably be doing a fight companion for the main card. So stay tuned for that. And then we'll holler at you, boy.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go.